From a man who hid his inheritance money in a TV to a woman who swallowed her life savings, here are the top 10 most bizarre places people have hidden money. Number 10. Ontario man hid $100,000 in a television. In the 1980s, an Ontario man stashed a cash box with a $100,000 inheritance from his parents inside a television. 30 years later, the employees of an Ontario recycling plant opened the supposedly worthless 1980s-era TV and were shocked to find all those $50 bills still there. Years earlier, the man had forgotten about the money inside the set and given the TV to a friend. In 2017, the friend dropped off the TV at the recycling plant. The employees were not legally obligated to return the cash, but they did so anyway. Barrie police officers located the man and gave back his inheritance. He hadn't even known the money was missing. Number 9. Cash hidden in a couch. When 3 college students bought a second-hand couch from a charity store for $20, they had no idea of its actual value. Roommates Lara, Callie, and Reese discovered envelopes of cash totaling $41,000 when they brought the couch to their new Pulse home. Despite their excitement, the students decided to return the money to its rightful owner. It turned out that the money had been kept in the couch by the husband of the woman who donated the furniture. The money represented decades of savings, including wages from the woman's job as a florist. For years, she had slept on the couch unaware of its contents. But recent back problems had led her daughter and son-in-law to replace the couch with a bed. After returning the money, the students received $1,000 as a reward for honesty. Number 8. A woman hid money in high heels. In Colombia, police officers and airport officials discovered a stack of cash in the shoes of a woman who was acting suspiciously. The wads of €500 notes had been thrust into the heels of 4 wedge shoes. Surprisingly, the woman only carried €5,950 in her bag, while she had €150,000 stashed in her shoes. This is another example of a person who would go to any length to hide money. Number 7. A family saved money in their roof. A Muslim family in Bankstown, a suburb of Sydney, Australia, won a judgment against their neighbor for tricking their intellectually disabled son and stealing almost $500,000 from their roof cavity. The Helu family hid their life savings at home for religious reasons and only kept handwritten accounts of the totals saved in their roof. When their son saw their neighbor Giam, a fruit shop owner, steal some of the cash, the police refused to act on the grounds of insufficient evidence. However, the Helos firmly believe that Giam was the culprit, especially after he spent his newfound wealth on rehabbing his current home and accumulating additional properties. The family filed a civil case against Giam. With help from lawyers, the Helos were able to track the money and pin the theft on Giam, prompting the judge to rule in favor of the Helu family. Although the defendant made up several stories about the origin of his sudden wealth, the judge rejected them as unconvincing. Number 6. A Florida man hid his money in his rectum. A Florida man became the subject of police jokes when he was caught with over $1,000 in his rectum. Patrian Stokes stuffed the money in this unusual hiding place so that the cops wouldn't find it. But that bright idea turned out to be a prime example of stinkin' thinkin'. When a policeman pulled Stokes over for speeding in August 2017, the deputy smelled marijuana inside the car and conducted a search. He discovered rock cocaine, heroin, methamphetamine, marijuana, a small scale, and a large sum of cash. Stokes was arrested and brought to the Marion County Jail, but somewhere along the way, the money disappeared. Stokes claimed that the police had already taken the cash, but they knew they hadn't. Then some eagle-eyed policemen saw $20 bills spilling out of Stokes' buttocks. This forced the officers to take a closer look, and $1,090 was retrieved from the accused drug dealer's rectum. Stokes was said to be bummed about the whole affair. Number 5. Money buried on a farm. At the height of his reign, Pablo Escobar smuggled cocaine worth billions of dollars on a monthly basis. He was making so much money that he spent $1,000 each week buying rubber bands to tie the cash. Escobar owned football teams and over 800 mansions in Colombia. He also donated huge sums to help build schools, hospitals, and more. Still, he couldn't spend it all. So he decided to dig money pits all over Colombia to hide his cash. A Colombian farmer named Jose Mariana Cartolos found one of Escobar's money pits after the government gave Cartolos a grant of $3,000 to start a palm oil plantation on his family's land. While digging a trench for irrigation on the land, Cartolos struck something odd. Upon further investigation, he found several large blue containers packed with a total of about $600 million in cash. Unfortunately, the farmer was not able to keep the money because Colombian authorities confiscated it. Number 4. A Chinese man hid money in a duvet. In 2016, a Chinese man had himself to blame after the money he tried to hide from his wife in a duvet was discovered by a dog. The animal didn't hesitate to chew all the money to pieces. Worst of all, the dog wasn't even his. In northeast China, the man and his wife were watching the golden retriever, Holly, for a friend. Holly had chomped on 3,800 yuan while the couple was sleeping. When they awoke and found the shredded mess, the dog looked up at them with innocent eyes. The man admitted to his wife that he was trying to hide the money from her by keeping it in the duvet. Lucky for him, the wife found the incident to be funny. Number 3. Money hidden in a bathroom. A place where people wash off dirt with a lot of water is the last place that we would expect to become a bank. Maybe that's why some people consider bathrooms to be such good hiding places for their cash. British police discovered almost 38,610 pounds in a toilet cistern after raiding a West Midlands home with a drugs warrant. Resident Helen Ross, age 48, had no regular income but quickly claimed that she had won the money through playing at casinos and online bingo. Ross also owned a Range Rover valued at £40,000. The police probed her bank transactions to verify her casino windfall claim, but could find no evidence of such winnings. For years, Ross drove expensive cars and went on lavish holidays even though she had little legitimate income. She is an example of a criminal who finds an innovative way to hide wealth obtained from illegal activities. Number 2. A California man smuggled money in socks. In 2013, a 51-year-old California man, Antonio Raquijija, drove home from Mexico and tried to smuggle into the U.S. almost $130,000 in his socks. He was stopped by U.S. Customs in San Isidro. Raquijija and his son, Franco, had both claimed that they had nothing to declare from Mexico. But the agent discovered marijuana in the back seat of Raquijija's car and proceeded to frisk both men. At that point, the elder Raquijija revealed that he had money in his socks, which was supposedly for business expenses. He was subsequently charged with the felony of bulk cash smuggling. Number 1. A woman swallowed $7,000 in life savings. In 2017, a Colombian woman found out that her husband had cheated on her and decided to swallow their life savings of about $7,000 in cash. Reportedly, Sandra Milena Almeida, age 28, first stashed the cash in their house after discovering her husband's infidelity. She had planned to leave him, but her husband found the money and insisted that half belonged to him. While they were arguing, the woman swallowed the bills so that her husband couldn't get the money. The next day, Mrs. Almeida experienced intense abdominal pain and was rushed to the hospital. However, she didn't tell the doctors what was wrong. Nevertheless, X-rays revealed that wads of cash were causing a gastrointestinal blockage. During surgery, doctors were able to save about $5,700 in $100 notes that were pulled from her stomach. So, have you ever hidden your money somewhere? Or perhaps you once found cash stashed in an unusual place? Let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching. And if you haven't already, please be sure to hit that subscribe button before you leave. See you next time.